He did a lot of work on my bathroom. He did a lot of work on my kitchen. I actually kept the original cabinets.
When Betsy Critchfield was looking for contractors to remodel her home, she did what almost anyone would do.
All the contractors that I ended up hiring had come in some form or another as a recommendation from a friend.
But halfway through the project, someone removed something more than she planned on.
I came back, and later that night I went to take off my jewelry, and the ring was just gone.
In addition to the 3 work recommendations she asks for, she may have wanted to do a criminal background check. The State Office of Professional and Financial Regulation oversees 63 professions, and when the contractors first apply, they're asked about their criminal history.
Whether or not they indicate they've been convicted of a crime, a State Bureau of Identification report is generated.
A state background check looking for crimes that Assistant Attorney General Chris Mann says could be a conflict for the new licensee.
We look at the convictions, the date of the convictions, the caliber, and whether or not such a conviction appears to be within the scope of what they've been licensed to do.
Mann offers legal advice to the licensing board as the members decide on the applicant.
Because we want to know if they're being truthful in their application.
But how do they know if someone is being truthful? There's no automatic background checks for those licensees that are up for renewal. And although they're supposed to reveal any new convictions, there's no proactive system to see if they actually do, despite penalties if they're caught in a lie.
If they failed to disclose a conviction, that's a misrepresentation at best on their application. That's a board violation. So all things being equal, their license will be denied because of that.
Of the 14 licensed plumbers and electricians on the sex offender registry, at least one has a lengthy criminal history. Main convictions in the 90s for theft, and in the early 2000s for drug trafficking, and in 2006, a Massachusetts rape conviction.
For instance, you go into court.
Lenny Sharon represented the licensee for some of his convictions.
They grilled him thoroughly. He spoke about his rehabilitation, his counseling.
We're not identifying him because the board determined, according to Maine law, he's provided proof of sufficient rehabilitation to warrant the public's trust, and he was granted an electrician's helper's license in 2010.
And they put the burden on you, the applicant, to show that, in fact, you are now morally fit.
After that license was issued, he was convicted of violating conditions of release and tampering with a witness, and he was granted a master electrician license in 2014. He followed that up with 2 more convictions, and his license was again renewed in 2016, telling us he revealed his convictions at each renewal, even apparently replying from jail. The chair of the Electricians Licensing Board declined our multiple interview requests over the last 3 months to discuss how they decide who's earned the public's trust and to discuss how many of the other thousands of licensees across the 63 professions have convictions they may or may not be aware of. Through several emails, Doug Dunbar said, quote, "The department obtained a state background report for the licensee on August 10th, and it did not reveal anything that the licensee had not already disclosed." And licensees of any profession are required to notify their licensing program if there's a conviction for a crime. If they don't comply with these requirements, they can lose their license and livelihood. Well, we want to make it clear, just because someone is on the sex offender registry, that doesn't necessarily raise red flags. It's the only public database that consumers have, and officials again declined to discuss how they monitor for crimes after the first application is approved. In part 2 tomorrow, we'll discuss your options for at-home research and what happens when a conviction does prevent a licensee from being granted. In the studio, Kyle Jones, WMTW News 8.